tricky bit.
Okay, so let's grab a number 1 Phillips driver, if I can find it.
I think you've got it loaded in your driver there.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay, so we've got, depending on what voltage region you are, you're going to have a single wire or a double wire here. And you're going to have a single or double wire here. This is the hot. This is the neutral.
And the hot has a ring terminal, the neutral has a spade terminal, so it should be easy to tell them apart.
So you can put a little twist in this if you want. In fact, that's a good idea. And you want to keep the barrel, here's the open end of the barrel, you want to keep that accessible on this side, because that will make for easy removal if you need to push on the tab. The removal tab is going to come through this hole like that. So this is how you want to install it. Now if it's a little tight, just wiggle it on, and if it's a little loose, you can close up the barrel slightly. So you'd want, if it was loose going on, you wouldn't have actually pushed it on, and you would have applied just a little tiny bit of pressure to
just a little squeeze.
Yeah, to the barrel on the top and bottom edge. Don't close it up too much or you'll have a problem later on. Okay, so now let's get the hot leg installed. So it goes, it's a little hard to see. Let me see if I can get the, so you see the open terminal. And I'm going to put a little twist. If you've got 2 wires, you can put a little twist in it, just to keep the bundle nice and tight. And I'm going to preload like this. I've got the lock washer already in place, and I'm just going to bring it down. Just take your time. It can be, all this work in the rear can be fussy. And because we're doing final installations, we're going to tighten that one down as well. Now I find sometimes the Phillips on these machine screws isn't the best, and I'll just bring a slot over to it. It has got a slot, and even a small slot like this mini slot will do a nice neat job of it.
Yeah, just be careful, it's easier to slip off with a slot.
Yeah, I mean, we could actually find the right slot, which is kicking around here somewhere on the bench. There, that's the right slot for the job.
Always best to use the right tool for the job when you have it.
So I'm supporting everything while I snug that down. I'm going to give it a little wiggle test, and it's looking good. I'm actually going to bend it up a little bit just to get it out of the road of the cap. So that's looking really good. Okay, let's get the ground connections done. So we've got to get one of the ground wires over to this terminal here. You can see it's got a heavier trace. Both of these ground return paths go to the same terminal, and they're both connected. But I'm going to come on the heavier side right here. Same over here, we've got to get one of the wires to here, and we've got to get one of these wires to the center. So let's just do them all one at a time. And positioning is important. So we're going to want to sneak one of these wires through.
This is where needle nose pliers really come in handy. You can help position with your finger and then grab with the pliers. There we go.
I got it. Okay. Sometimes these things go on right away, and sometimes they argue. So, and this time it went on just about perfectly. So, while I'm holding it, I'm going to go ahead and screw that down.
And then do a tug test.
There we go. Okay, hop to it everyone. You've got 2 more wires to do just the same way.
And try and run them if you can underneath these other main wires. It just makes for a cleaner build here. So this one we're going to bring down underneath the secondaries, and this one we're going to bring down underneath these into the center. We'll see you back here in a minute.
Okay, let's see how everything is routed. Now, this is not absolutely essential, but Charles likes things to look neat, and so do I. So you can see how we've got this ground return wire. It actually comes down underneath the neutral wire bundle and comes over to here. That's good. We've also got another ground wire coming underneath everything. You see how it's looped back underneath, and it comes into the center terminal. And this one's the easiest of all. It just comes in over the side here, loops underneath the secondary bundle of wires, and drops onto here. Now, this is really important. You should verify that you have a good mechanical connection by just putting your needle nose pliers on the wire and just give it a little tug test to make sure it's in there properly.
And also, if you have a little bit of a loop like we do right here with the ground wire near the fan, make sure it's not interacting with the fan blades, and try and position it further away if you can. We just don't want anything stopping the fan from running and preventing it from cooling things down.
Yeah, that's good advice. So make sure that you do. Wire dress is really on point-to-point builds, and this is mostly PCB based, but on point-to-point builds, the last thing you do after you get everything sort of done up is you come along and you go ahead and position wires. So this is one of those wires where we would make sure that it's actually down and low and away from the fan. Okay, well done everyone.